Hi students, we are going to discuss something very important topic about accountancy in this video. Economic events. What are economic events and what are non-economic events? We have discussed in business studies itself. So economic events are monetary in nature, money oriented. Let's discuss about it. Business organizations involves economic events. Business, about business also we have studied being busy. It is derived from the word. So about it, business organizations involved economic events. Yes, whatever the business you take, economic events are involved in it, isn't it? And an economic event is known as happening of consequences, happening of consequences to a business organization which consist of transaction and which are measurable in monetary terms. So it is an economic event. So business each and every day, from the working capital or whatever we are doing, all the transactions in business affected money, isn't it? So consequences here, the transactions of a business organization which consist of transactions and which are measurable in monetary. So consequences means an activity. Whatever the activity in business, if you focus, the money is included. Money plays vital role. Without money, we can't do any business activities, isn't it? For example, purchase of machinery. For your better understanding only, they have given this example. If you are having a business enterprise, so in that enterprise, one small activity, we are buying the machinery for the purpose of manufacturing the product. So purchasing of machinery and installing and keep it ready for manufacturing is an event which comprises number of financial transactions such as buying a machine. So actually what is our objective? We wanted to buy a machine and we have to install in our factory for the purpose of manufacturing. So this is an activity in the business. It is a consequence. So in this consequence, what are the transaction comes into? We will discuss one by one. First ever, what we have to do? Have to buy a machine from vendor, isn't it? And transaction, which means transportation of the business, which machine from that buying place to installing place. For example, if we are buying a machine from Chennai and we are going to install in Dindigul, so transportation in between, we have to spend money. At the same time, while we buy, that money we have to pay for vendor. So money oriented activities, buying a machine and transportation of machine, site preparation for installation of a machine. So before going to install, we have to see the place where we can install the machine for that. And expenditure incurred on its installation. For installation also we will pay some money, isn't it? So that expenses incurred on its installation and trial runs for demo. For this all the transaction, money is needed, isn't it? If an event involves transaction between an outsider and an organization, listen here, it is an event involve the transaction between outsider and an organization. Who are outsider here? Who sell the product to us? They are outsider. Who help the transport facilities to transport that buying place to our installing place? They are outsider, isn't it? These are known as external events. So external events, because these kind of consequences and activity, business activity which is related to externals. Who are externals here? Outsiders of the business. The following are the examples. For your better understanding, they have given some examples also. What are those? First one, sale of Reebok shoes to the customers. By chance, if a business organization is selling shoes to the customers, it is an external events, and rendering services to the customers by Videocon Limited. This is also kind of external events. And purchase of materials from suppliers. Suppliers is an external. And payment of monthly rent to the landlords. We have to pay because we are running our business on that land. So these all are external events. So what are internal events? What are internal events? Let's discuss about internal wings. Internal events is an economic event that occurs entirely between internal wings of an enterprise, isn't it? So it is not related with external factors. It is not related with outsiders. It is related with only internal people in internal wings. Supply of raw material or components by the store department to the manufacturing department. Supply of raw material from where to where we will supply? From godown to that manufacturing unit. It is internally it is happening. And components of the store department, raw materials or components of the store department to the manufacturing department. So they are transferring the goods, raw material from that godown to manufacturing place, isn't it? And payment of wages to the employees. So who are employees? Who are working in an organization? They are employees. For employees, if any organization pays, it is occurred in internal. No need to depend upon external and outsiders, isn't it? So payment of payment of wages to the employee. Hi students, in our previous video we discussed about definitions of accountancy. So in the definitions, we saw some words like identification, measurement, recording and communication. We are going to discuss elaborately about those words. Okay. Identification. What is the meaning of identification? It means determining what transaction to record. Determining what transaction to record. To identify events which are to be recorded. Which are to be recorded and which are no need to be recorded. And it is determining what to be recorded, isn't it? It involves observing activities and selecting those events that are of considered financial character and relate to the organization. And that kind of activities must be financial in character, which means money oriented activity, and that too related with our organization, not with any other organizations, isn't it? The business transactions and other economic events therefore are evaluated for deciding whether it has to be recorded in the books of accounts. See, many activities will happen in the business, whether it is money oriented or non-money oriented. If it is money oriented, and where it is affected, whether it is purchasing or sales, whether we give them money or we get the money from some creditors. So about this, we will identify whether it should be recorded item, whether it is a non-recorded item. If it is money oriented, definitely we will record, and where it is affecting, what kind of account it is affecting. Already we have studied personal, real and nominal account, and which rules it consists of, and how we can make journal, ledger and whatever it is. We are identifying first ever, before going to measure, before going to record and before going to communicate any transaction to others. We have to identify what kind of transaction it is, and it is affecting what kind of account it is. For example, the value of human resource. See here, human resource. It is a non-money oriented. Changes in managerial policies or appointment of personnel are important, but none of this are recorded in the books of accounts. See, what is that? Human resources, the value of human resources, changes in managerial policies, whatever the policies they are changing in manager, and appointment of a personnel. If anybody is appointed as a labor or a manager, whatever it is in the business, that should not be recorded, because it is not related with money oriented, isn't it? But it is related to money oriented, definitely it will record. So whatever items will be recorded, let's see one by one. When a company makes a sale or purchase, if a company makes any sale or purchase, whether in cash or credit, whether that sale or purchase in the form of cash or credit, whether it is cash purchase or credit purchase, whether it is sales or credit sales, isn't it? Or pay salary, whether we are paying salary to someone, it is recorded in the books of accounts. So what should be recorded, what should not be recorded, isn't it? We are identifying first ever. And second one is measurement. What is measurement? It's been quantification. Money oriented, okay, we identified, and we are measuring how many quantities and how much rupees per quantity. If we sold 10 number of goods, 10 number of products, like 10 number of television, if you are the real me company's agents, if you are selling 10 units today for credit for someone, so one unit price is 13,000. So 13 into 10 is equal to 1,30,000. So likewise, if you have to quantify, which means some that money oriented. Here you are going to measure it. It means quantification include estimates, even estimates also of business transaction into financial terms by using monetary unit, isn't it? It is very important. Monetary unit, rupees and paise as a measuring unit. Here, what is the measuring tool and measuring unit? Rupees and paise. If an event cannot be quantified in monetary terms, if any event cannot be quantified, we cannot count it. So it cannot be quantified in monetary terms. It is not considered for recording in financial accounts. Definitely we cannot consider to record in it, because money, money, money. Everything will be money oriented activities will be recorded and non-money oriented activities will not be recorded. That is why important items like appointment of a new managing director, here it is not a quantification, isn't it? And the signing of contracts and changes in personnel are not shown in the books of accounts. How we can show it? So definitely we cannot. So this kind of transaction will not be recorded in the accounts. And recording. Next one is recording. Now we quantify, which means identified what kind of account it is, and next we measured it, that financial in character, how much amount it is. And third one is recording. Once an economic events are identified and measured in financial terms. So now we did both. These are recorded in the books of accounts in monetary terms and in a chronological order. It has some order. So as per the order, we are going to record all the transactions. Journal is the primary entry. Ledger is the original account. So in that we are going to record day wise and preference, first day, in what item you sold for credit and what item you bought for credit. So whatever it is, whether it is cash or credit nature. So whatever it is, we identified and measured it. Third item is we are going to record it, isn't it? Once an economic items are identified and measured in financial terms, these are recorded in the books of accounts in monetary terms and in chronological order. It has some orders, and recording is done in a manner that necessary financial character. Let's see. It's continuity over here, I think so. Necessary financial information is summarized as per well-established practice and is made available as when required. See, recording after did that identification and measuring. Third one is recording, and it should be in chronological order. Recording is done in a manner that the necessary financial information is summarized. So all the financial informations are summarized as per well-established practice, isn't it? We are following so many rules and regulations and formats. You will learn one by one and made available as and when required. Which means we are going to record the journal, ledger and trial balance, after that trading account, profit and loss account, balances. So everything after record we are going to keep for a ready manner. So when it is required and to whom it is required, it will be given, which means communication next step. Then after that, that communicated information should be used by them. Then they will be happy about it. That is the fourth step. And next one is communication. Communication. What is the meaning of communication? Nowadays communications are broad. Online also we can see whatever the company's details you wanted to see about accounts, you can check it in online. That communication information. So users seeking information about the company, about the final accounts of the company, isn't it? So let's discuss one by one. The economic events are identified, measured and recorded in order to the pertained information is generated and communicated in the certain form of management and other internal and external uses. Here you have to forecast. You have to focus here. It is communicated to whom? To internal and external users. They are information seekers. isn't it? Who they are? They are information seekers. So internal and external users. To whom it is communicated? To the users. Who are that users? Internal users, external users. The information is regularly communicated. The information is regularly communicated though accounting reports. So each and every year, after completion of the financial statements, final accounts, it will be distributed, which means it will be communicated with the help of an annual general meeting. Annual general meeting every year, company must have to conduct. In that meeting, they have to publish about the information of accounting and the company, how much rupees worthable product we sold out, which means what's the turnover of the company, how much amount we got the profit, and the source of the company, what's the liabilities and assets of the company. So everything we have to discuss with our shareholders. These reports provided information that are useful to a variety of users who have an interest in assessing the financial performance. So variety of users who are all information seekers, who are interested in financial performance of the company and the position of an enterprise. See, the investors and outsiders and the creditors, they will look in the company's accounts. Why they are seeing the company's accounts? Whether this company can pay out all the liabilities or not. If the investor point of view, if I invest some money in this business, in this company, whether can I get assured profit or not. So with the help of this accounting information, they will assume about the company, they will guess about the company. And position of enterprise, planning and controlling business activities and making necessary decisions from the time to time. So they will do the planning, controlling every activities, necessary decisions they will take with the help of that accounting information. The accounting information system should be designed in such a way. What information? Accounting information should be designed in such a way that the right information is communicated to the right person at the right time. That is very important. See, quarter wise, that is 3 month once, company will issue the reports about the company. First quarter, company got this much rupees profit and turnover of the company is this. So that all the record identified, measured and recorded. So information is ready now, and whoever wanted to see the information, they can see in company's website each and every quarter and annually also, isn't it? So in that sense, it is ready, and when it is needed, that right person can see that information. And also officially company will give the information and company will communicate to the right person at right time about the company's accounts information. Reports can be daily. See, when they can see the daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, depending upon the needs of the users. So if you are user, so depends upon your needs. If you wanted to see the daily, day-to-day events, we can see that monthly events or weekly events or quarterly events, but usually company will issue that quarterly events, isn't it? Because daily events, day-to-day, that sales and turnover of the company and profit of the company will differ. So we cannot assume, it will be somewhat complicated to assume about the profit range of the company in the future. So we people, who is that? Outsiders and the internal users even, they will check it out mostly quarterly and yearly, isn't it? And important elements of communication. The communication process is the accountant's ability and efficiency in presenting the relevant information. So in this sense, an important element in the communication process is the accountant's ability and efficiency in presenting the relevant information. So that is accountant's ability and efficiency. So about that communication with their users, isn't it? I hope you understand about which is that identifying, measuring and recording and communication. So these 4 steps are very, very important, and these 4 items are included in definitions of accountancy. The art of recording, classifying, summarizing, interpreting, analyzing and communicating that all the information, accounting information to its users, isn't it? So this is the accounting definition. So already we have discussed some definitions. So in the definitions also, these all 4 verbs are included. Okay, good. Organization. Organizations refers to a business enterprise profit-oriented organization and not for profit organization. It is refers to business enterprise, whether for profit or not for profit motive. So depending upon the size of activities and level of business operation. So it is depends upon what it depends upon size and activities and level of business organization. What is it is whether it is a SSI small scale industries, whether it is MSME medium scale or micro scale, micro and medium scale industries, and large scale industry. The size of an activity of the business and level of the business, that is the range of the business, whether it is largest one and whether they are having some units in abroad, whether it is international MNC something. So level of the business and what kind of business it is, whether it is profit making or not for profit motive. It can be sole property. So what are the business organization if it is a profit motive? That is sole property, sole proprietorships, which means only one soul in the business. SOL actual spelling is, but SOUL, that one soul is the proprietor of the business. He is the owner of the business. He can take any decision favor for his business, whether the profit or loss. It is depends upon his ability, but his liability is unlimited. And sole proprietorships, some small trading concerns. You might have seen in your village or town area also many sole proprietorships. And partnership firm, very dangerous form of business. You will study about in 12th standard partnership firm about admission, retirement, death and dissolution. It is the biggest one. It's like a sea and ocean. And you can learn many things about partnership firm, but it is very dangerous form of business because partnerships liability. In partnership business, liability of partners are unlimited. So it's very dangerous business and very interesting chapter is too. And cooperative society, here it is somewhat not for profit motive also will be there. Cooperative society, you can check it in KVAC also. Cooperative society, in a place, certain place, some people in the same idea, if they together and they are starting and running the business, but each and everybody will be treated equally, isn't it? So that is cooperative society. And company form of organization, it is the biggest one. So this also you will study in grade 12 about company form of organization. It is a broader topic. And company form of organization, here we will study about the issue of companies, shares and redemption of shares and issue of debentures, redemption of debentures and company's liability. The shareholders' liability is limited in the company ways. And company must be registered as per 2013 Act, Companies Act. It is amended as well as Companies Act also 2013. So about it we will discuss elaborately in grade 12 about company. Even you are having an one separate chapter for formation of a company. So we will discuss about company elaborately in that chapter. And local authority, like Panchayat Union, local authority. So that and all not for profit organ and municipal corporation also. Municipal corporation in the city area. And any other association of persons. Artificial jurisdictional person. It is created by law. That is association of person. So it is an organization. You have to keep it in your mind. What is an organization? Organizations, it's a business enterprise. Organization refers to business enterprise and what kind of enterprise it is, whether it is profit oriented or not for profit oriented. If it is profit oriented, sole proprietorships, company form of organizations and partnership form. If it is not for profit organizations, even trust, school, so this is not for profit organization. Next one is interested users of information. Accounting is a means by which necessary financial information about business enterprise is communicated and is also called language of business. See, many users need financial information in order to make important decisions. These users can be divided into two broad categories, internal users and external users. So what is an accounting? Accounting means by which necessary financial information about business enterprise is communicated and also called the language of business. So see, art of recording, classifying, summarizing, whatever it is, identifying, measuring and recording, the recorded transactions should be communicated to that users, isn't it? This is what we have discussed now. So in that, many users. So what are those users? They may be internal users or external users. So who are internal users? Who are external users? They are interested users of information. If you are very much interested about and accounting information about a company. So you are also users, whether you are comes under the category of internal users or external users. So let's discuss who are all internal users and who are all external users. Interested users of information. Then check it out. The users can be divided into two broad categories. One is internal users. Who are internal users? Internal users included chief executive, financial officer. Who are chief executive? CEO. That is chief executive officer. They are in the highest range of the company. And financial officer, financial manager. They are financial officers of the company. And vice president, president and vice president, top level management. You will study in grade 12 business studies. And business unit managers, separate unit, departmental managers and plant managers, which means in the working conditions that nearby manufacturing unit, and store manager who is in godown, their store managers, land supervisors who is supervising the laborers, the line supervisors. So these all the items, these all the persons will come under the category of internal users, not external. So keep it in your mind, those who are in the company, within the company, they all are internal users. So who are all that? They are chief executive, financial officers, vice president, and business unit managers, plant managers, store manager, and vice president. So these all the fellows are internal managers, isn't it? And external users, who are all external users? From outside the business, who are all seeking information, who are all very much interested to see our company's information, they are all external users. Let's see one by one. Present and potential investors, very, very important. They are backbone of the company. At present, who are all investors of the company? They are present investors, and potential, who are very important investors. Those who are buying our shares continuously for the long term. Those who are the equity shareholders. So they are potential investors, isn't it? And shareholders, creditors. Who are creditors? Who lend money for our business? They are creditors. That will be bank or any financial institutions. Whether if anybody bought some debentures from our company, they also comes under the category of debenture creditors. So debenture holder, what is debenture? In Tamil it is kadanitu pattiram. You will pay money instead of a document. It is a valid document. By chance, if business couldn't get any profit amount also, business have to pay certain amount which is mentioned in debenture, isn't it? So that is debenture. Who hold the debentures? They are debenture holder. About this debenture you will study in grade 12 elaborately about debenture and how to issue debenture, how to redeem the debentures elaborately. But you can keep in your mind what is debenture now. It is a kind of instrument like a creditors. Who are debenture holder? They are creditors. The debenture means it is a document. It is like a promissory note. You know what is promissory note? Companies promise to pay amount in the future, like this in debenture also. This many amount of debenture, this many number of debentures company is issued. So in that, in this fellow, for example, A bought rupees 1 lakh worthable debenture from the company. So companies are sued. Whether company is getting profit or loss in the future, company is ready to pay 10% on that debenture as interest amount within these 3 months. So these items will be recorded. These are all the aspects. What I told you now, everything will be recorded in the debenture documents. In this case, if debenture holder couldn't get the amount from the company, he can file a case, else he can hand over to that bankers, or if anybody wanted to buy debenture of the company, he can transfer the debenture. Different kinds of debenture we will study. So debenture is a debt instrument. You can keep it in mind like that. And bankers, bankers, who are bankers? Who lend money for our business? They are bankers. Banks' main objectives is a primary objectives of the bank is accepting deposit and lending money. Who are all investing money in banks? Which means who are all having accounts in the bank? Even you and your father and your mother, your friends and relatives, your neighbors, everybody having accounts in the banks. So what they will do? They will deposit their amount in the bank. So what is the banker's main role? Primary goal is accepting deposit. Now in this sense, banker is accepting the deposits from the general public. At the same time, the whoever need money from the bank is ready to give that money for higher amount of interest
especially who want money that